Boris Johnson shut down Robert Peston as he was questioned on the concessions the EU secured from Britain over the future involvement of the European Court of Justice (ECJ) on the UK. Robert Peston challenged Prime Minister Boris Johnson after he confirmed a Brexit trade agreement had finally been struck with the European Union. Mr. Peston suggested the UK had to agree to a series of concessions to secure a deal, suggesting some key promises on the influence of European institutions may have been diluted. Mr. Johnson insisted both sides had to agree to reach common ground as he insisted the negotiators had kept firm on the UK's red lines regarding the jurisdiction the European Court of Justice (ECJ) will have on British courts from January 31. The Prime Minister said, "Under no circumstances will we be constrained legally by the EU or will there be any role from the European Court of Justice." The ITV political editor had said, "You said all along you wanted a Canada-style deal. But what you've agreed means we have to follow EU rules on subsidies, on tax, on workers' rights, on the environment or potentially incur in the imposition of tariffs. We've just heard Ursula von der Leyen say that she got her level playing field which you explicitly rejected all the way through." Mr. Peston continued, "You also just said there will be no non-tariff barriers. Again, from January 1, as a result of leaving the customs union, there is a ton of new bureaucracy on British businesses, lots of new non-tariff barriers. So not to say the deal is a bad deal but you're not selling it correctly. You're mis-selling it." The Prime Minister however rejected the premise of the question and insisted an agreement had been reached to ensure an independent arbitrary panel will be created to handle potential claims of unfair competition in order to protect both British and European businesses. Mr. Johnson said, "Respectfully, I disagree with you because there is indeed a clause in the deal which says that if either country feel the other one is in some way undercutting or dumping in some way, then subject to arbitration and provided the measure is proportionate, I mean independent arbitration, not arbitration by the European Court of Justice. Subject to an independent panel, they can if they really choose put on tariffs to protect their consumers and their businesses." A British source said the agreement will deliver everything that the British public was promised during the 2016 referendum. The Prime Minister and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen were in close contact over recent days to help get the deal over the line.